my barrel roll. Welcome to the PC Gaming Show. It's not really a conference, it's a show. Some of you may know it as the Day 9 Variety Show, featuring hardware announcements, interviews you'd rather not see, and crazy reveals that might have been better left at the shortest shit Squeenix conference that we had earlier today. But it is a PC gaming show, so they have my attention. A bit. We'll see if they deserve it.
Don't just obey the rules. Rewrite them. It says, don't just listen to stories. Inhabit them. It says, don't just accept the limits. Overclock beyond them. It says, don't just play games. Revel in them. Unleash them.
Oh my. I recognize that voice.
Or is it just me? From mountaintops to dungeons.
Frank?
From deep waters to deeper space. From solo quests to mass engagements. There is magic in PC gaming. Let's celebrate that magic together.
What?
This is the PC Gaming Show. And now your host, Sean Platt.
Oh, his name is Day 9. It's on his birth certificate. Kara LaForge, where you at? Show us that. Hold up that piece of paper.
Welcome to the PC Gaming Show! Yes, yes.
I'm sorry, those aren't traditional nerd clothes.
I'm your host today. I am delighted to be here. We have a fantastic show for you this afternoon. First, all of you came out to the Wiltern. Thanks for joining us. The Wiltern is just a beautiful venue here in Los Angeles. To all of you online on Twitch, thanks for joining us. To those co-streaming partners.
Who? Us?
Great to have you here. And of course,
Oh, those guys. Okay.
that help make the PC Gaming Show come back again for the 4th straight year. Now,
Woo!
I'm not the only host here this year. I have my co-op partner up in the balcony. It's Frankie Ward joining us today. How's it going, Frankie?
Hey, Sean. I'm going to be up here in the balcony with a bunch of creative new PC games coming your way. From Warfare's latest update to some offbeat indie gems.
Frankie, we are so excited for the show to get started. We have over 30 games we're going to be looking at across the next 90 minutes. So let's get it underway. Our very first title is from Coffee Stain Studios. They're
Ooh.
absolutely massive construction.
Is it going to be Hunt Down?
Is automation. Let's take a look at Satisfactory.
What? What? A world exclusive? This is why we watch this show, by the way. I was thinking Coffee Stain, I was thinking Hunt Down. You know, their first title is Publisher from that Swedish studio, Easy Trigger. But, hey. Why does every game lately look like No Man's Pie? I'm getting scared. I have too much PTSD from the last No Man's Pie. So you're Factorio, but you're not? Satisfactorio. Yes? Calling it.
Joining me on the stage to talk about it is the game director at Coffee Stain Studios. It's Oscar Gilsayan. Come here, Oscar. Welcome to the stage. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Now, Oscar, I just want to begin right away by asking, what is Satisfactory all about?
Satisfactory is essentially about building these huge automated factories. So you play as an engineer that's been sent from Earth to this alien planet, and you're going to build this enormous machine. It was hinted at the end of the trailer there.
Yeah.
And to build that, you need a whole ton of parts, which you need to build machines.
Parts are required to build machines, guys. Just putting it out there.
And then you'll just expand and expand and expand until you finally need to start cutting down trees and replace them with like more convenient concrete.
And you know, for people who haven't played this type of game, can you give me an example of what producing a more advanced resource might look like?
Right. After a while, you'll need to create something more advanced, like a computer, for example. And at that point, you'll have some copper stuff set up, wires and cables. But to make plastic, you need to get some oil. So you need to go out and you need to find this oil, build some oil pumps and oil refineries, and set up a transport with self-driving vehicles between the outpost and your factory.
Yeah, and I want to talk
You
about that
punch the
scale,
trees to
because,
get
you
the
know,
wood.
games
You
don't know
use
how
the
it's
wood
all
to
done.
make...
How much area are we talking
No.
about where the factories will exist?
Not in this stream.
The factory will grow enormous. The main part, which will probably be the biggest, will start spreading more and more and more. Or in some cases, we'll have players just building these massive, tall buildings with factory floor upon factory floor. But including the resources that you need to gather from basically all around the map.
Yeah.
So you'll have vehicles driving all over.
Now, I want to ask about the first-person perspective, because these types of games typically are top-down. Why first-person?
We wanted it to feel like the player's the one building the stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, when you've built a bunch of stuff, you can see these enormous buildings, just structures towering above you. But also when you go out and explore, you'll be the one like...
I'm sorry I'm not snarking so much, guys, but this is kind of like my kind of game, and I just want to hear all about it now.
Yeah. The map is, we made a point to make it big and varied.
Yeah.
And it's about 30 square kilometers in size, so it's kind of enormous.
Wow. And, you know, one final question. I saw multiple engineers there. How does multiplayer work?
Oh, it's a co-op game. So you'll start...
Ow, I don't care about that part.
Great. Now, tell us, how do we get our hands on this game?
Yes.
We've got a closed alpha planned in the coming months, so you can sign up for the alpha at Satisfactory.
No. I need a release date.
Well, great, Oscar. Thanks for joining me on stage.
Oh.
That is satisfactorygame.com.
Satisfactorio coming to an alpha near you.
First indie title of the day.
We do indeed, Sean, because here's something we love about the PC platform. It's such fertile ground for creative ideas from small teams. NeoCab is an emotional survival game set in the future about gig labor.
Oh yeah, NeoCab, the last of the Uber drivers, basically. This is from Chance Agency. I actually really like the look of this game. I'm gonna shut up so she can tell you about it.
Trailer for NeoCab.
I didn't know Ubers were still around. Aren't you worried about driving in Compton? It looks kinda neat. I'm just saying it looks kind of neat. I like some weird games. Feel free to judge me.
Of course, it's
Oh, Battle Royale genre. Bleh.
games we're going to be talking about today because the Battle Royale format is very simple and very flexible.
Which is why every single developer is banking on it right now.
Developers have already been doing all kinds of different explorations of what this could possibly be. And our very first Battle Royale game that we'll be introducing today has up to 1,000 concurrent players. It's from Automaton Games. Let's look at Mavericks Proving Grounds.
Paladins Battlegrounds, you say? Realm Royale? Oh, that's right. Not high res. Not yet. Wait for it. It'll happen. I also don't like the fact that he said, like, the first of the Battle Royale games that they're going to show us. Maybe I'm alone in this. Maybe you guys love Battle Royale games. Maybe everyone wants it to be the Hunger Games, the video game. I just want them to actually make the Hunger Games, the video game, and to not do it poorly. And yeah, that's all I want. I don't feel like I'm asking for a lot, but this is what I'm getting instead. So I have no choice but to complain to anyone who will listen. Give me, like, I don't know, a game. Whether, I mean, it could even be co-op. I'll allow it. It could be an MMO. I'll allow it. But I want story. I want dialogue. I want open world or linear. Even the illusion of linear in, like, Tomb Raider. I'm kind of okay with it sometimes as long as the story's strong enough. But Battle Royale just seems so senseless to me. I played so much Halo back in the day that I just can't anymore, you know? I just can't. It would be okay if it were a mode within a game. I'd allow it. I'd let it happen. But it wouldn't be my choice to play it, and that'd be fine, because everyone else could play it.
Proving Grounds is the CEO of Automaton Games. It's James Thompson. James, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Now, I want to immediately ask, what about Mavericks Proving Grounds distinguishes itself from other battle royale?
I didn't know my son was like a CEO of a company now. That's cool.
Last man standing kind of game type is incredibly compelling by itself, but Mavericks is really about depth. You know, we've already talked about 400 players before, and we're sort of super excited today to talk about our 5-man squad mode being 1,000 players. But really, it's
I mean, his age does kind of, you know, I'm not trying to be ageist here, but what I am going to say is that my son's generation, they are all about this Battle Royale stuff. So I'm putting it out there that maybe this guy being the CEO they have a good reason as to why they're going Battle Royale, because that is what every person of his age is playing. And this is why it's probably just not for me, because I'm just old. An old has-been gamer, and developers aren't making games for me anymore.
Oh, okay.
But siege-style gameplay in houses, that's like a lot of destruction systems that sort of together make the map much more of a dynamic environment.
It's like a recent history of who could have been here.
Yeah.
You know, I want to ask about what more is in store for Mavericks Proving Grounds. I understand that this has a lot more out-game features than someone might expect.
Yeah, so it's not just that session-based gameplay. You enter the game through the capital, which is our sort of persistent social hub.
Wasn't Day 9 actually working on a game of his own? I don't know what happened with that. Is that still a thing that's happening? I'm not snarking. I'm actually asking legitimately. I don't know if I missed the boat on that or something. I haven't been following him for. I don't mean like not following him. I'm not casting shade. Don't go there. I just I haven't seen him in a while, so I haven't had a chance to catch up with him. So I was just kind of curious if that game ever happened, or if it's still in development, or what.
Quickly do that if you're interested in.
Well, James, thanks so much for joining us. Once again, that's Maverick.gg. Our very next game helps showcase the extraordinary power of modders. Frankie, tell us about it.
It does indeed, Sean.
Tell us about it, Kylie.
We don't just play what's given to us. We mod games to make our own experiences. And for many developers, modding is a way to turn a hobby into a career. The Forgotten City is the perfect example. It's a standalone game that's a reimagining of a wildly successful mod. In fact,
Oh, yeah. I remember hearing about this.
National Writers Guild Award. For the first time ever, here's gameplay from the Forgotten City.
So Modern Storyteller, they did this passion project mod, The Forgotten City, and they have like a mocap suit and all sorts of stuff now, so this could be cool.
I'm so sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place. An ancient underground city. Its existence long forgotten. Searching for a way out. All I found is a window into the past. If even one person here commits a sin, everyone will die. I tried to set things right, but whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. It's all up to you now. Go back. Investigate.
And the Mavericks site has crashed. No surprise. People need to make sure their servers are strong in order to come to E3 and present anything.
Save these people. Save yourself.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Batman?
Coming up on the PC Gaming Show, what's next for Killing Floor 2? And
Ooh.
from Tripwire.
We got some Tripwire. Nice.
Now your host, Sean Plott.
I wasn't sure if we were getting more Killing Floor or if we were getting some more Rising Storm. Not sure which we'd rather have.
Remake, but rather an entirely new game altogether. Let's take a look at Stardoc's Star Control Origins.
What? No next-gen Sins of a Solar Empire.
Its creators
Aww.
lifted it into something beyond our understanding. These beings, now known as the Lexites, left Earth, traveling to multiple planets in our solar system, before vanishing altogether. This is why we are here. Welcome to Star Control, a state-of-the-art international space agency tasked with the exploration of our solar system and the defense of Earth. Here resides the world's brightest minds and greatest technology. Brought
Elon Musk simulator? What?
discover the unknown. Help us pioneer the future. Join today.
But what is it?
Star Control has accelerated the construction of our new modular deep solar system vessel specifically for this mission. It's the fastest, most expensive ship humanity has ever made, Captain.
The most expensive, so Elon is in control.
Of the Tyrone. This drive had evidently received traces of your radio broadcasts.
So Spore plus Elon Musk simulator, right?
Delightful new spaceship.
You must be humans. We've heard so much about you.
It's interesting. They can take away that pre-order bit. That'd be nice.
Joining me to talk about Star Control is the director of production at Stardock, Patrick Shaw. Thanks for joining me on stage today, Patrick.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
So now just tell us straight up, what is Star
Tell us straight up, why no more Sins of a Solar Empire, and why this game instead?
You can visit Dozens of aliens, hundreds of different stars, thousands of different unique planets, and you can land on each and every one of them. And when you're driving around the planets, you can jump over canyons, blast critters, and then you can venture out into the solar system and do ship-to-ship combat with hostile aliens.
And I want to ask, since I know that the story is a big part of this game, with it being open world, how do you make sure that the story still stays as the focus for the player?
Yeah, so we're really excited.
Because you place restrictions on it, you know, because if you're going to make No Man's Sky.
It also has some dark, sinister side to it. However, what we're very proud and very excited about is we have an infinite universe.
You know, I think I'm going to institute a new E3 conference drinking game. Every time you see a game that looks like No Man's Sky, take a drink. Please drink responsibly.
Exploring and interacting with each other.
So it's not just like at a planet there's the same town whenever you visit it. It depends on how the simulation has driven it forward.
Right, exactly. So this infinite universe is the glue that connects my story, my adventure, to the larger open galaxy.
That's awesome. Now, I know modding is going to be a big part of Star Control Origins. How does the modding work?
So what's your favorite science fiction show?
Probably Firefly.
Yeah, so what would you think?
Oh man, Firefly.
Shit, that's a lot of pressure.
Oh, the feels. They're real.
Well, you're putting me on the spot on stage right now, yeah.
We have a week to do it, so. But anyways, in Star Control Origins, you can create your own ships, your own planets, your own galaxies. You can package up your adventures and share them with your friends online.
So someone else can take care of Firefly Season 2. That's up to you. Now, last thing I want to ask about is how multiplayer works.
Right. So in the game, we have ship-to-ship combat, and that turned out to be so popular. In
Ship-to-ship combat. So, Red Dwarf, come on.
So we did.
Let's do it. Can we do that? That'd be fun.
Build them out of different pieces and parts. You attach different weapons and defenses, and then you go online to play them. You can either play local multiplayer, 2 people on the same machine, or online, ranked online play.
Where can people go to pick up Star Control Origins?
Well, right now, Star Control Origins is available for pre-order on GOG and Steam.
Guys, definitely be sure to head
When people say GOG as GOG, it's, I don't, I cringe a little. I don't know why. It shouldn't make me cringe, but it does.
On September 20th, 2018.
Look for it on September 20th. Now, our next game was PC Gamers' favorite game from E3 last year. It is Hunt Showdown from Crytek. Let's take a look at what's coming for Hunt Showdown just after E3.
A vintage crossbow. So, multiple crossbows then? You got a vintage one and a not so vintage one? You gonna label modern crossbow?
I am here with Guy from Skydance, who's here to tell
I was hoping for Westworld, the video game.
not about to go out of fashion anytime soon.
Oh my gosh, that skirt.
In fact, sorry,
Who chose the wardrobe for this?
this new edition, what changes is that going to make?
Well, players really loved the single-player narrative, but they all kept telling us the same thing. They said, we really want it multiplayer, and we want it off-rails. And we kind of thought, that's a completely different game, but let's give it a shot. And so we got a crack team together. They put something really special. We got 4 maps. We got 6 different mechs, tons of weapons where you could just blast through the environment and other mechs alike. And it's really just an amazing experience. You can zip around in your mech. You can tower over others. It's just something special that I think you can try right now.
Is this coming out of early
And you know,
access? You just said we can
I hate to be a fashion snark here. I mean, I know the cold shoulder, you know, tops, those were a thing. But what's with the cold forearm shirts? Is that to make sure that, like, your tennis muscles are kept in good aeration or something? I don't understand.
in that 2v2 PvP. So let's take a closer look at our...
No dice, Goose. I am not having it. I like mechs. I can't say bad things about mechs in a game.
It's from the makers of Sherlock Holmes, and it's a delightful looking Lovecraftian mystery.
What? Sherlock Holmes Lovecraftian? Huh? What is this?
Manager at Frogware's, Sergey Oganisyan. Welcome, Sergey. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've earned a handshake.
Yeah, you
Welcome
nailed
to
that
the stage.
pronunciation.
I love that you lie to me so kindly. You know, I want to ask right away, the Sinking City, you know, there's a lot of open world third-person type games. What makes the Sinking City different from what a player might expect?
Well, I mean, the Sinking City is an open world action investigation game inspired by Lovecraft. And we believe that these three elements already make the game pretty unique. And you know, when I say that you can be a detective in a supernatural world full of mystery and, you know, cosmic fear, like, I really mean it, because investigations are really at the core of the Sinking City.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of games in the open world genre that are focused on action, but you say investigation is at the core. What are investigation mechanics? What does it look like?
So the first thing you should know right off the bat is that...
Have you never played a Sherlock Holmes game ever? Or what?
Any clear objectives in your diary or, you know, markers on the map telling you where to go or what to do. It's actually up to you to figure that out. Instead, we will give you information, you know, hints, evidence, like clues, crime scenes.
It's just like the Sherlock Holmes games. I saw a trailer for this a while back, and it looked really cool, but it looked more survival-ish than investigative, I guess. But I like what I'm seeing here.
And, you know, get a better understanding of the world and its people, but it will also help you maybe change the course of your investigation.
You know, you mentioned the world itself, and I mean, the footage that I've seen through the years has just been absolutely beautiful. Talk to me about the world that we're in and what investigation is at the core.
So the game takes place in this fictional city of Oakmont in the state of Massachusetts. You know, the city which is flooded. There is a terrible disaster going on which has claimed like thousands of lives. And also, like, it seems like it awakened frightening monsters which now roam the streets of Oakmont. You know, people that live in the city, they are very different.
So it's LA Noir, but with Lovecraft. Like, they had a baby, and that is the Sinking City? Maybe?
You know, for their lives. Because of the flood, because of the monsters. And you know, we actually want to understand what's going on. We want to understand what lies behind this ostensibly supernatural flood. And what's even funny is that while everybody is afraid, nobody wants to leave. But this is kind of a different story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've talked a little bit about the story world and how it's inspired by
I
Lovecraft.
want this. I want this a lot.
Sanity mechanic in the past.
Indeed, we do have a sanity mechanic which directly impacts gameplay. You know, when our hero is under a lot of stress, when he sees like something supernatural, something disturbing, or even when he's making choices.
And yes, for the people asking in the chat, this is Frogwares. Yes, I know they did botch The Devil's Daughter. I get it, but from what I'm seeing here, I'm about to forgive that as long as they give me this and it's well done.
As of right now, we're still fine-tuning this mechanic because we are still looking, you know, for the sweet spot between impact on the gameplay and impact on the story.
Since we're almost out of time, I still just have to ask, what are the sweet monsters that we're going to get to see in the game?
Oh, we have different kinds of monsters. We have different kinds of archetypes, you know, with different abilities. And, you know, we actually give you tools. The game is not about fighting monsters. Investigation is the core of the game. But we give you tools to defend yourself. So we give you weapons, we give you skills, we give you even certain, like, traps. In return, we ask you that you make a decision, because the game is about making a decision. Ammunition is scarce, and you will have to adjust your tactics accordingly.
So I know a lot of people have all sorts of questions about what the game is like. Where can they go to find out more information?
I just want to know when I can play it.
Twitter and YouTube. This is where we post our updates regularly. Facebook, The Sinking City Game. YouTube, Frogwares. So go there, and like, this is definitely the place to go if you want to learn more.
Well, I'm super excited personally to see how it turns out. Thanks for joining me on stage, Sergey. The Sinking City.
I am circling that game on my list to play.
Our next game is a PC title that has only gotten better over the last few years, and I'm always excited to hear what they have in store. Frankie is up on the balcony with the developers of Warframe. Talk to me, Frankie.
Oh man, here we go.
The PC is home to some of the most devoted communities in gaming, and one of the best undoubtedly belongs to Warframe. Last year, the game got its first open world update, Plains of Eidolon, and the next...
Did they put in a tutorial? A better tutorial? Did they do that? I've got questions. Shh, questions. And Frogware's site no longer exists. Wonderbar!
It won't bring him back.
Megan Everett, Community Manager at Digital Extremes, joins me now. Megan, tell me more about The Sacrifice.
So The Sacrifice is the latest installment of our cinematic quests. It continues a story that we started in The Second Dream, continued with The War Within, and then Apostasy Prologue. So at the end of last year, we kind of shattered some hearts and left them with a bit of a plot twist, and I'm not going to spoil it for people who want to maybe catch up. But what I
catch up on playing 1,000,000 hours of Warframe single player, you know, with no friends.
The creepy guy at the end of the
You're gonna be paying a lot of money.
Pretty big role in this quest. And again, not going to spoil a lot, but I can say that it's coming this week on PC.
And you guys are actually currently waiting, well, as well as the update, you're working towards TennoCon right now.
Yes, so it's going to be another big year for us, and I'm really excited for it.
Well, let's take a look at last year's event to get an idea of what TennoCon is all about.
What do you think the mega reveal at Tenno Live is going to be?
Can you tell me anything about this Umbra thing that's maybe going on or whatever?
It was pretty amazing. Like, it's a whole new direction for Warframe, and all this. You got all these other games coming out, but this one's free.
Aw, Joe!
Get it started.
I miss Joe. I haven't seen him in forever. He's always at these events, and I'm always at home.
The community knows you as Auntie Megan. Oh, God. It must be huge for you to be at TennoCon.
TennoCon is really special for really everyone that
Auntie Megan? I thought it was Megan Space Mom. Aw.
To what we do for TennoCon. And I know for me, it was literally like the best day of my entire career. I know Rebecca, our community director at home, was watching. But last year, when we did the Plains of Eidolon, open world expansion reveal, Reb and I were actually doing that as a live demonstration in front of everyone, and we had practiced it for months, and it went as flawlessly as we could have ever hoped for. And we actually, as people were cheering, it's pitch black on stage. Reb and I look at each other and we just kind of fist pump and both started crying because we didn't crash the demonstration. So if you watch Tenno Live this year, if you're there, you can definitely probably count on some tears and some.
Wow, one site that's actually staying up, Warframe. Impressive.
For yourself, for me, for everyone involved, because there will be some tears probably.
But if you can't get to TennoCon because unfortunately it is sold out, how can you watch it online?
So on twitch.tv/Warframe, you can definitely check it out. And PC Gamer is also hosting as well on their Facebook and Twitter.
And you get free stuff by watching Twitch?
You do. So if you want to link your Warframe account to your Twitch account, and all you have to do is watch and you get some free stuff.
Fantastic. So that's happening from July 7th, and you'll be able to watch TennoCon live through PC Gamer's Twitch channel and the Facebook page. Thank you, Auntie Megs. Sean, it's over to you.
Thank you, Frankie, and thank you, Warframe. The next name is one.
Thank you, Warframe. I mean, their name was underneath everything in the beginning, so I imagine they might have thrown some money, perhaps, at this PC gaming show. Maybe.
Sega's bringing Shining Resonance both to PC and console the same day, and Shenmue is going to be coming later this year. They have all sorts of games coming up. Let's take a look at.
Did I hear Sega? Because if I'm hearing Sega, I'm here for Total War 3 Kingdoms or more importantly, the spiritual successor to my favorite game. Well, not my all-time favorite game, but one of my favorite games, Theme Hospital. They're supposed to be making 2 Point Hospital. I want that. I want it. To give it to me. Also, I kind of thought that the Warframe segment would have been a bit longer. I don't know. I just thought they would maybe give you guys a bit more. I know Warframe hype is real, and you know what? I do have a plan to jump back into Warframe at some point just to give it another go. The circumstances under which I played Warframe were very specific to me. So I do have a video over on my channel on youtube.com/Genna Bain, why I quit playing Warframe. And there's tons of haters in the comment section. And, you know, that's fine. If you want to join in on the hate of my commentary as to why I quit playing that game, then be my guest, because I don't really believe in, you know, censoring people who have opinions as long as they're constructive. But since that video was made, the developers even responded to it. They admitted that they didn't have a very good tutorial. I mean, the only tutorial that I got were people in chat basically telling me, hey, no, go look at a wiki. And for a newbie coming into that game where so many people were so higher level, well, like, you know, further ahead than me, and me playing solo, it just wasn't a good experience. But I may try it again. There's so many games to play. It's a bad problem to have, right? Good problem to have. A very good problem to have.
We hope you've been enjoying the show thus far. We have so much more great stuff to come. Let's see what's coming up at this year's PC Gaming Show.
Coming up on the PC Gaming Show, a new publisher reveals 3 new games, and the first ever gameplay footage of Overkill's The Walking Dead. And now...
Oh, we knew that was gonna happen, because Starbreeze and 505 Games were on the list. Oh, he got such a long break.
He's a regular here at the PC Gaming Show, having attended all 4 years. Frankie's with him up in the balcony. It's Tripwire.
Sean, if you are anything like me, you probably need to let off steam.
Some killing floor.
And I personally can't think of a better way to do it than by kicking back and tearing up a load of monstrous enemies. It's kind of either that or pushing the office photocopier out of the window, and I, for one, prefer the option that keeps me and everyone here in a job. With that in mind, I am thrilled to welcome Bill Monk from Killing Floor 2 back to E3.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Got a lot of fans in the audience.
Oh, yeah,
Bill.
yeah.
Listen to that applause.
Yep.
They all want to know what the latest from Tripwire and Killing Floor 2 is.
Yep, we've been really busy working on Killing Floor, and we got 4 major updates that are coming out this year. The first one we dropped in March, and we're getting ready to drop the next one really soon.
Coming tomorrow, Bill. What's involved?
Yeah, so we're bringing the summer sideshow back, but this time we're mixing circus freaks with steampunk in a really fun, exciting way. And we have a really cool new system that we're adding. It's called the Weapon Upgrade System. And with this, there's 73 different weapons that we have in our game, and each one you can upgrade it and make it viable for late play. So it really adds a lot of creativity to your loadout. So I'm really excited to get that in people's hands.
So you can make...
Man, I'm excited to get your loadout into my hand.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Bill.
Not really. I was kind of hoping for some bigger news than that.
Welcome aboard the HMS Queen Victoria, ladies and gents. Ringleader Lockhart speaking to you from, well, someplace very safe.
Have I got guns for you?
Now I need your help once again. I've got to get to my island in the channel. Now, listen up. I don't know how, but these blasted circus freaks followed us on board. I think it's time to put on a show. Yes, a dare.
Not enough steampunk. Needs more steampunk. One airship and a couple of cogs ain't cutting it.
Against me. traitors! Careful, lads! They're tough, even removing the head won't put these rebellious robots down. But take heart, lads and lasses! I have invented some new toys! The Doomstick! 4 barrels are better than 2! The Static Strikers! A shockingly stylish set of gauntlets!
Hey, it's the paws that the chick had, like, from Black Panther. Wow. Nice!
Seems Mrs. Foster.
This is still Killing Floor, right? Right, guys?
The business! And remember, we'll see you on the airship!
So, Killing Floor 2 BioShock Infinite Edition.
I say, then how do you explain my husband?
Now, as is tradition, the content that you just saw will be available tomorrow, including a free weekend for PC this weekend. Definitely check it out with Killing Floor 2. But that's not all that Tripwire has. I have the president of Tripwire himself, John Gibson, on stage. John, welcome back again.
Thanks, Sean. Pleasure to be here.
Now, I understand that Tripwire is stepping into also doing publishing. What does that entail?
That's right.
Well, see, Sean, when developers make a game, they need some money. And then so we give them the money and we also distribute their game across platforms. And then sometimes we crack the whip and it hurts them a lot. And we force them to make Battle Royale games because it's a massive cash grab that can benefit both of us mutually. It's basically indentured servitude.
Screen is one of those games. This is Road Redemption.
That is right. I'm happy to announce that we're going to be publishing Road Redemption. We're going to be helping them grow and succeed even more on Steam, but also beyond Steam.
Now, I know today you have a world-exclusive new game. Hasn't been announced yet.
We do. Nobody knows.
Before we roll the trailer, I was wondering if you could give me a little bit of a tease.
Yeah, so we're working with the team at Blindside Games, and they're led by Alex Quick.
Oh, yeah, right.
So if you're familiar with the Killing Floor universe, you know Alex Quick was the modder that created the original Killing Floor mod, which Tripwire worked with Alex to bring commercial. And then Alex went off, assembled his own team, made the game Depth, which was sharks and humans fighting each other, very, very successful. And now it's come full circle. We're working with Alex again, and we're going to bring his all-new game to market.
Well, let's take a look at it right now. World-exclusive new upcoming game from Tripwire.
Red Orchestra 3. No?
Close your eyes and imagine a place.
Oh, I'll close my eyes, all right.
And the beaches are white. A place filled with southern charm, where the water is as warm as the welcome. So come feel the wind in your sails.
I still have my eyes closed. Is it getting better, guys?
Enjoy the local cuisine. Your dream vacation is waiting for you here on the Gulf Coast.
Oh, it's Sharknado the game again.
Go to maneatergame.com now to book your vacation. Operators are standing by.
So, hey, John, so you get to play as the shark.
You are the shark.
Oh, you can say that again. The Snark Shark. Bad joke.
Hey, Shark PG.
Oh, nice. Okay, so...
A shark.
There is a shark skill tree. Really?
A skill tree for sharks.
The full single-player campaign. You eat your way through it. You get bigger teeth. You can jump out of the water and snatch people off piers and all of that fun stuff.
I kind of want to play this now.
See, I need it so badly. Now, where can people go to get more information about it?
They can go to maneatergame.com.
All right.
How soon before it crashes?
Maneatergame.com. John, thanks so much for joining me on stage. And once again, all the content that Tripwire...
I mean, I've liked Tripwire games in the past. I mean, Rising Storm, Killing Floor, Shark Simulator. Why not?
Frankie has a whole slew of unannounced games. Frankie.
Cheers, Sean. Maneater looking tasty there. And I can't believe they named a game after my favorite weekend activity. Indies.
Oh. Oh. I'm too far away from the trash can. So this is an Apple commercial, right? Oh, you're curating games. Really?
Hand-drawn stuff? Awesome!
It's like you know our favorite game to stream, Darkest Dungeon. We like games that look a bit hand-drawn. Yes, we do. But this one's very sparkly. Why does this look like that one game that's on iOS that's basically a city builder, but you can't really, well, it's like a town builder, I guess, but you can't really do anything in it. What is this game? Please don't be Stardew Valley Battle Royale. Morningstar. That's a thing. We like pixel games. Lots of pixel games. There hasn't been a pixel game. Well, not for like the last, oh, I don't know, since, like, what, 2 years ago? Maybe, if even. Tons of them on Steam, of course, but I mean, like, at E3.
All these games look like must-plays. And Overwhelm, the final game of the bunch, is available on Steam right now.
Oh, man,
Special launch discount.
I have no words for her right now. I'm sorry. I don't want to be a gender traitor right here, but I don't want to hate on a fellow woman in the industry, but please, I just really hope that this is all scripted. Heavily scripted.
Then a virtual resort with some truly spectacular wildlife. Back again this year, our friends of the show, Frontier Developments, with a unique take on the park management genre. I am, of course, talking about Jurassic World Evolution.
Okay, so, Jurassic World Evolution, I actually kind of want to play. Spare no expense, give me a business simulator game with Jurassic Park. I kind of want this. It comes out tomorrow. I know, just stick with me on this, guys.
I think that things are going to turn out differently, huh? Well, the ones before you did too. Because they believed that they were in control.
That's right, Jeff Goldblum. Dinosaurs.
Well, here's the thing. Humanity is desperate for it. We are seduced by it.
We are seduced by you, Jeff Goldblum. Wink, wink.
But we never really possess it. Because if there's anything that chaos theory has taught us, it's that nature is on its own course.
No, no, no. Nature finds a way. Don't depart.
Nature into orderly boxes. Chaos destroys them. And what makes us such unique creatures is knowing the scope and power of what we're up against and still believing that we can win.
Dinosaur Park Tycoon! Give it to me. I don't know why I want it, I just want it. The goat. Mwah.
So excited for that game. Our next title is from Insomniac, who've been making amazing games for years, and they're going to try to take their expertise and answer the question, how do you make an open world game in VR? Let's take a look at their upcoming game, Stormland.
That's the question? How do you make an open world game in VR? The same way you make an open world game on any platform, really. You just keep on moving forward, transporting forward, keep going. It's like, okay, so what you get, guys, is a really long hallway, right? And you map out your grid. No, lots of teleporting. Johnny 5? Are you alive?
Input.
Come on, Johnny, you got this. Like, Johnny 5 has invaded Wally's planet, which is basically supposedly our planet after we kill it. That's kind of what this looks like right now. Although, with a bit of Bastion sentimentality and the kind of prettiness that Blizzard brings to all of that. But is this just screen tearing or distance issues in general? I know I'm not the only one who saw that.
Eva!
No? Hey guys, look, it's the better version of Anthem. I'm curious. I'm very curious. Kinda wanna play that.
Joining me to talk about Stormland is the Chief Creative Officer at Insomniac Games. Join me in welcoming Chad Desern. Hey, Chad, welcome to the stage.
Thank you.
I want to start right away and ask, what is this game all about?
Well, in Stormland, you play as an android gardener and an entity called the Tempest
Aww.
and shatters your android body. So you've got to travel to a civilization above the Thunderheads to repair yourself and save your friends.
And I want to ask what open world means in VR.
Well, for us, it's about giving the player the ability to explore the world freely with
To farm anywhere, essentially.
complete agency.
Yeah, because that's always a huge question I have is how does motion work in any VR title?
Yeah, well, in Stormland, you can do things like fly just above the slipstream with your outstretched Android hands.
Yeah.
You can shoot a laser into the cloud surface and then make a ramp, kick off of that, climb up a cliffside, like literally launching yourself with your synthetic Android strength, and then like push off and glide back down using your hands to control your descent.
Just massive freedom of movement, yeah.
That's it. It's this set of mechanics that are designed together to work fluidly so that movement feels exhilarating.
Yeah.
And you can kind of take the world at your own pace with it.
The worst part of this for me right now is the fact that you like were a gardener and then your body got bashed, and so it seems to me that you're not a gardener anymore. I mean, is it bad that I just want Stardew VR?
I want to farm, but I don't want to do it in real life. There are bugs out there. Big ones.
I actually garden quite regularly. It's very therapeutic. You guys should try it.
You attach it right into your arm, and then, you know, suddenly you've got the ability to harness electricity or cloak yourself or all kinds of different cool Android abilities.
I mean, the art is just beautiful in the footage that we've seen. I wonder if you can talk to me a little bit about the world and what it means for it to be ever-changing.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So that entity called the Tempest rearranges everything every single week, so that we present the player with new playgrounds of movement and combat and scavenging, and you never know what you're going to discover. So every single island you find has the potential to hide an enemy stronghold or a network of underground caverns or brand new tech discoveries.
That's awesome.
Oops, someone dropped something. Probably their Warframe jaw. They're like, oh, I missed it?
The Facebook and Twitter with at Stormland VR, or you can check us out at insomniac.games.
I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for joining me, Chad. Once again, oculus.com/Stormland for more information.
Thanks, Chad.
Balcony with our next absolutely gorgeous-looking indie title.
It really is, Sean, because next up we've got a first look at a new game from publisher Raw Fury.
Oh yeah, my boys who made Kingdom. Bring it. Give me Kingdom's 2 crowns.
Yes, I speak French. I can't wait for this one, so let's take a ride with the trailer.
It might be the last night, but I really hope it's Kingdom 2 crowns. Please. Well, this isn't gonna be Kingdom. Let's sigh. So, where's my last night? I mean, this isn't Kingdoms and it's not the last night either, so what is this? Night Call. Huh. That was very explanatory.
If you like that last game, you'll definitely love our next one.
What?
It's an open-world, narrative-focused game with an incredible art style.
Okay, so they are actually going to go into it, because I thought he was basically like saying, oh, and if you liked that, then haha. It's like, no, you better tell me something else. Okay, so yeah. Not gonna tell us anything about that. I am so confused right now. MS Paint Adventure, you guys. It's like a crappy version of Journey, right? Is that what's happening? At least it's different.
Joining me to talk about Sable is pretty much the entire core development team on stage. It's Daniel Feinberg and Greg Kithriotis.
Well, the entire development team, 2 people. Nice.
Sable is an open world desert exploration game. It's not a game about combat or about leveling up. It's a game about solitude, and it's a game about exploration. You play as Sable, a girl leaving her home to explore this world filled with monumental architecture, fallen spaceships, and you'll travel around on your hover bike learning about the people, the culture, and the history.
On your land speeder?
And, you know, I talked
with
about
all that
before,
sand? It's so coarse and rough, and it gets in everywhere.
So we were really heavily inspired by the clear lines style of French and Belgian comics, as well as Japanese animation, particularly Studio Ghibli. So
oh, don't you dare try.
watching one of their films. And so from the very beginning, we knew that we really
I'm sorry, but I am not getting a Ghibli feeling from this, but it does look very unique.
Yeah, we're really pleased to be able to show it to everyone.
Yeah. And I mean, I know that you two consist of most of the core development, the art and the programming. What about the music that was in that trailer?
Yeah, so that was a new track by Japanese Breakfast.
Oh, yeah, the t-shirt. Yes,
yeah.
Of course.
Yeah,
right.
So she, Michelle, she is doing the soundtrack for the game. Japanese Breakfast is one of my favorite bands right now. It's incredible to have her on board.
It all just came together so beautifully in the trailer, and I know that you guys are really regular about updating, you know, blogs, sharing what's going on with the development. Where can people go to find more?
So they can go to our Twitter account, ShedWorksReg and ShedWorksDan, or to sablegame.com.
Lovely, gentlemen. Thanks so much for joining me. Once again, the name of the game is Sable. Our next title is one that has been in development, even showing up in our very first PC gaming show. It's Cloud Imperium Games still hard at work on their title, Star Citizen.
Star Citizen, here we go. I do kind of like the look of Sable, though. I'm going to keep my eye on that one. It looked unique. But I'm not getting Ghibli vibes from it. Not even Nausicaä. No. It's too unique of an art style to be inspired by. Now, some time for Never Finished Citizen. Gosh, I'm tired. It's already 7 p.m. Just in case you guys aren't tired of robots, space, ships. No gameplay, no life. And today it could be yours for 1 million space bucks. Prepare for the alpha 3.2 never.
All new gameplay footage of Just Cause 4. A closer look at The Walking Dead, the final season. All new gameplay footage of Hitman. And now...
Ooh, I am excited to actually see some new stuff from Hitman since the buyout. Well, basically IO bought their independence.
upcoming hardware trends. To join me in talking about it is the senior brand manager from Acer. It's Eric Ackerson. Thanks for joining me up here, Eric.
Sean, really excited to be here.
Now, I just want to straight up ask, what are some of the big trends that consumers can be expecting?
Oh, here we go, guys. What's the trend in hardware?
Display space, we want to take the experience to the next level. To help with that, one of our new products is the Predator X27. It's an incredible gaming display.
For fun reference, I'd love to be able to show you guys this, but the main monitor I have here is actually a Predator. I just looked at it. I'm in John's office. I'm not using my office, which I have BenQ monitors, gaming monitors in my office. But yeah, one of his is a BenQ UHD display, and the other one is a Predator. So just a fun fact, not endorsing them or anything like that, but I just thought that was interesting, because I was like, huh, and then I'm like, oh, the name's right there under the display. I just assume you don't want to hear anything that this guy's talking about, so yeah.
And, you know, some of the titles that were showcased just now, there's a wide variety of some photorealistic, some with a really iconic art style. How does HDR...
Oh, iconic! Take a drink.
Well, one of the big things that helps is the color gamut that's available with these displays. We're able to do 99% of the Adobe color gamut, so it's better representing the vision of the art director.
Yeah, and some of the games that you see on screen that support HDR, Mass Effect Andromeda, Far Cry 4, Ni no Kuni 2. Again, you won't see them in HDR right now unless you have an HDR monitor. It doesn't work that way. We can't just stream it to you. But, you know, it brings me to one of my next questions about PC gamers tend to have a huge range of possible budgets. What are the different sort of products to look for at those price ranges?
Well, I mean, we cover the gamut from very simple and to the point to high performance esports products or multi-display products, but we also go really crazy sometimes. We decide
crazy.
What can you do if you have no limit? So one of the projects we've worked on is something called the Predator 21X. This is a 21-inch curved screen laptop with a mechanical keyboard and two graphics cards. Science, materials. We did.
Aww. You know what, you went there.
Serious, not just a joke. We actually have to ship this with a Pelican case to protect the laptop, and it sells for $9,000. And we sold every single unit we could make. So we cover every spectrum of gaming.
You know, you brought up this.
We make all the money.
Brought up the Predator monitors at the start of this segment. Where can people go to hear more about or even pick one up once they stop being sold out?
So the good news is that we're shipping now. Our customers, partners are selling them. The bad news is,
but not over $9,000, right? Because that would be too easy.
Amazon will be in stock again soon.
Well, thank you so much for joining me on stage, Eric. Frankie is awaiting in the balcony with our very next title.
The PC has always been the platform for crazy ideas. In our next game, Genesis
crazy ideas.
Space vessel, farm resources, deal with terrifying alien infestations, and explore a vast, randomly generated universe. Oh, and you can take DNA from the aliens you encounter across the galaxy, splice them with members of your crew to create new life forms. Just a typical day at the office. Let's take a look.
Greetings, Commander. You have been sent to Quadrant Alpha 1. The mission is to find a new home for the crew on board of this ship. Expand your ship and explore the galaxy for resources and interesting new life forms.
This. Again.
Feel free to experiment with DNA and alien abilities to maximize crew efficiency. Ready your weapons.
So, another No Man's Sky drink. Oh, man. But the Zerga infestation here is pretty nice to see. I wonder where you got those models from. Just asking.
Now, if you didn't catch the pre-show quiz, you might be wondering who my buddy is. Well,
oh man, he's gonna be getting Nathan Drake's Uncharted cakes. Oh!
And he's got a cool competition.
Do you got some devil dogs for me? Do ya?
Oh yes. Packed is a gathering of PC and tabletop games, concerts, panels, exhibits.
This is just about on par with that. Do you remember what was that, the Chic Hydro segment last year in E3? Was that E3 last year that happened? I felt really bad because my friend Rotterdam actually was a part of that segment, but it was like such a cringy moment in advertising. But this whole Drake's Cakes thing is right about up there. That's why I didn't let you guys see the pre-show, because it was bad. Don't dance. No. I don't know if you're Huey, Dewey, or Louie. No dancing. Scrooge would not be pleased.
Give him a fist bump on my behalf. I'll take one now. Thank you very much, Webster. So, if
this is worse than any video game.
Visit pcgamer.com/Drake's Cakes and enter now for a chance to win and hang out with Webster. All right, Webster, all this hosting has got me a bit
Howard the Duck, please save us.
Of Clay Entertainment's beloved survival series, Don't Starve, Hamlet.
Ooh. I like you, Clay, but, you know, I'd like you to finish Oxygen Not Included, because that alpha, though, and I want Hot Lava, and I want Grifflands. You know, that RPG that you were talking about that one time. But I understand. You gotta cash grab IP. You gotta do what's right for you. I do enjoy Don't Starve games very much. They're a bit samey, but eh. I want it to be not all that they do. That's all.
Our next title is the next installment in a series that never fails to make me laugh. It's Just Cause 4, and they have a brand new engine to bring the level of delicious insanity one notch up. Let's take a look at what the Apex engine in Just Cause 4 can really do.
So the guys who were telling me yesterday that Apex wasn't what was being run on, yeah, you guys can suck it. I was right. Told you so. Told you so. Aw, HDR lighting. And what kind of graphics card are we going to need? Please tell us. I mean, is that why you won't show us the gameplay? Because the graphics card to actually play the game just, you know, it just doesn't exist yet? NVIDIA still cranking that out for you, are they?
Excuse me, Francesco Antolini and Adam Davidson. Gentlemen, welcome. Talk to me about the tornado.
It's fantastic, isn't it? So it's a very nice piece of tech. It's not just beautiful, but thanks to Apex, it's also a bad boy that actually works. It's fully physicalized.
Yeah.
This means that it's roaming the world, wraking havoc, and
it's not just like a background piece. It's actually impacting the world before you.
This is just cause, man. You go there and you play with it. Yeah.
Oh. Ooh.
You know, throughout the trailers that I've seen, it seems to be a lot of different environments that are available throughout. Can you talk to me about those?
Yeah, I mean, one of the most important things to us with this installment of Just Cause was bringing a lot more variety into the game, and that extends to a lot of things.
No, I don't want you to tell me. I want the new Spider-Man kid to tell me. Let him talk.
Deserts, grassland, and even alpine biomes, all of which are rendered beautifully with the new Apex engine.
Now, something that's very important to me is some of my favorite features from Just Cause 3. Can you talk to me about like the wingsuit and the grappling hooks. Like, are those coming back in Just Cause 4?
Everything you love from Just Cause 3 is back.
Good.
But everything is also just better. There's more to do, more to discover. For example, the grappling hook is completely customizable. The combat model has been completely reworked, redesigned, enhanced, or new weapon, new enemies, new AI. We've got extreme weather that interacts with...
Yeah, that tornado wasn't extreme at all. Psh, extreme weather.
Again, it just goes, so nothing is just an effect. So if there is wind, it's physics and acts with...
I'm hoping they're not going to give Just Cause 4 a whole lot more time, because I feel like we have so many more games to get through, and I'm not trying to hang all my hopes on this Sony conference.
.com/E3 and for 3 days.
That's right. Believe it or not, E3 hasn't started yet. Starts tomorrow. So June 12th through 14th, you can check it out. Thanks so much for joining us on stage. I look forward to the hilarity of Just Cause 4. Now, our next title is one of my all-time favorite IPs. I can't wait for Frankie to talk to you about The Walking Dead.
Oh.
Overkill Software and Starbreeze are the creators of Payday and Payday 2. Therefore,
better games.
Saying that these studios are some of the most talented makers of cooperative shooters, and their next one is set in a familiar but new apocalyptic Washington, D.C.
Do you guys like those games, the Walking Dead games? Let me know. I haven't played any of them, actually. So I can't really, like, comment on if they're any good or not. I just never made it there. Too many other games to play. Nice. And now the Just Cause site is dead. Not Walking Dead either. Just dead.
Writers and architects. But when the world ended, all that ended.
Nobody knows how to build a server rack these days, do they? And I don't get it. The age of technology. Storage. It's so expensive.
We fight to build a new...
Bandwidth. Very limited.
Alone, we're weak. But together, we might stand a chance.
I mean, Walking Dead stuff always looked a little too much Left 4 Dead for me, so I just didn't quite get there. I don't know if I'm alone in this or not.
And I have more good news for fans of The Walking Dead. Overkill's game for The Walking Dead, of course, coming soon, but we have a second completely different Walking Dead game that we're getting the chance to talk about.
But wait, there's more!
The Walking Dead, the final season. Joining me on stage to talk about it is the lead writer, James Windler, and the voice of Clementine herself, Melissa Hutchison.
All I wanted was Payday 3, and you couldn't deliver. Why, Starbreeze? Why?
Thanks for joining me on the stage.
Our pleasure.
Thank you. Now, I want to ask right away for, people who've played through the first 3 seasons of The Walking Dead, in terms of the gameplay, what's some of the familiar and what's some of the new?
Okay, so for people who don't know Telltale, we are a story-based company.
Oh no. Tell us more, Telltale. About your adventures.
The old school point-and-click adventure games, but we've developed our own cinematic style and almost a signature mechanic, like our choice wheel.
Yeah.
And that's all familiar. That should, the choices branch the narrative. What's new this year, we have traditionally combat and action we've done with QTEs and like swipes and button mashes and all of that. This year, with the final season, we're introducing segments of unscripted combat.
Yeah, we see some of this right here.
Yeah, so Clem probably just brutalizes on me there.
Of course she is.
Oh yeah, so we also have like the orbital cam, like the over-the-shoulder camera. So that's like offering our players opportunities to explore our environments, which you can also see from the B-roll. Is like they're looking really, really good with this graphic black.
Because in the previous games it was much more.
I'm not snarking, by the way. This is just dragging for me. Because this is like, I can't even remember how many conferences I've done today. It's probably only 3, but we still have Sony tonight. I haven't quite decided if I'm doing Nintendo tomorrow because, you know, this is mostly a PC gaming channel. I don't know. We'll see how I feel tomorrow.
AJ, who is an orphan boy, who is the closest thing that she has to family. But they're reaching the end of it. They are like running out of steam on the road. It's like proving to be untenable. So the final season, Clementine discovers a school.
I mean, I guess if you don't like this franchise, then knowing it's the final season might be some sort of relief to you that you're not going to have to throw your money at Telltale again.
What are the sort of challenges that she's going to face throughout the season?
Oh, all kinds of challenges. Yeah.
Then again, knowing it's something like Telltale, there was probably like a season pass or something that you already paid for 1,000,000 years ago, and so now you're just recouping that money. Who knows?
Now, Melissa, I want to ask what your experience has been like, because it's rare to have, you know, a voice actress journey along with a character in a multi-year journey. I mean, how long ago was the first recording that you did?
Well, it was 2012, but we might have even started in 2011. I don't know.
We're not going to do math on air.
Yeah, we're
That's
not
always
doing
a
math.
bad idea.
That's not happening right now. It's been a long time, and it's not.
Can't do math in the gaming world. Games aren't created using math, guys. You know, if you want to develop games, don't go for math. Science. Science is what wins the day, not maths.
Organically moving through all these seasons, and now you're playing as Clementine. I mean, really, this is a fan-driven game, so this final season is for the fans, and you know, you're going to be playing as Clementine and protecting AJ, and this is just near and dear to my heart. And
I mean, how do you feel about the fact that this is the end?
Well, I mean, it's bittersweet.
Maybe we could move on to other things of actual value?
Of course, it'll be sad to end her journey.
I mean, if they're over it, I imagine you guys must be over it, right? That's usually how these things work. The developers don't usually give up until the fan base has given up.
Sad but happy? It's all very confusing. I'm a very confused human right now. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I'm someone who's played through all of the Telltale Walking Dead games. I'd love to know when the final season is coming out.
August 14th. Yeah, we ship August 14th, and it's available for pre-order right now.
Be sure to check it out. Thank you so much for joining me on stage today.
Thank
Once
you.
again, that's thewalkingdeadgame.com, or you can find it on.
I wonder if they'll make another Game of Thrones like game before the actual Game of Thrones ends, you know, with the last season of the show.
Next up, I got a treat for you. Coming straight out of Finland from Nolla Games, it's a magical action roguelike that asks, is that a wand in your pocket? Or are you just trying to kill me? Don't let the retro art.
Can she please stop? Please. I just can't. She's making me regret covering this. I mean, and not in a fun, snarky way. It's just so badly scripted. Oh, here we go. Roguelite. That's the word. Terraria, can you hear me? I actually kind of like that. I want to know more.
Our next title is one that's very near and dear to my heart, as it is the spiritual successor to one of my favorite childhood games, Team Hospital.
Yes! Yes! Oh, it's happening! Yay! It's happening! 2 Point Hospital. Give it to me.
Wow. Great suits. I mean, I gotta ask, as two fully trained medical professionals, how does one run a hospital in Two Point Hospital?
Oh. Ow. Production.
The stethoscope eliminating your microphone?
Oh, nice try at recovery, Sean.
Every year. Come here, talk to me.
Okay.
How do we run a hospital?
So 2 Point Hospital is a game about designing and building.
Okay, good recovery, I will say.
Directly at my tie.
Yeah. You said don't talk there.
Yeah.
I got to look out here, you said.
Yeah, no, just look straight at the ground.
And is this not working at all?
Yeah, it's great.
Doing great. Carry on.
He doesn't realize that the can't with the monitoring is not on him. Poor dude. He's just concerned about what the audience is seeing. I feel so badly for him. He didn't deserve this.
You have fun in 2 Point County exploring different regions and curing people with different ailments. And as you can see on the screen, we've got... this is real. We actually researched this. It's a certain enema. And also you can train people...
that big needle. That's real. I've seen those.
So you can unlock new wonderful cures.
Yeah.
You know, saying everything, isn't it?
Sorry, I didn't know if your mic was
great.
working. I was a bit backfilling. Carry on.
So, I mean, tell me about it. Like, what is the sort of late game sort of experience that you'll be playing through? Because this looks like it's quite deep into the running of a hospital.
Yeah, this is later on. So you start off and you're researching and you're training up staff, you're diagnosing illnesses, and you're hopefully curing them and making money.
Yeah, so you're playing Theme Hospital. Now tell me why it's different and tell me how you're carrying on.
Becomes so shrunken, it gets stuck in the neck orifice, just pops out slightly, and it has to be extracted. And Mark, how's it get extracted?
This is something...
Nice. This is American Healthcare Simulator.
You know, a little bit of suction always helps, and
and
it's gone.
And out it comes. Yeah. Now we had to research how to do that.
That's actually a real illness. For
it is.
North
It's real.
England.
Now, I had to ask about something that I think every young man.
Oh man, just headless people walking around. This is the Maneater game that we were all hoping for.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
I haven't. No, okay.
But yeah, it needs to be...
First monobrow patient. What?
And you might shed a bit of hair, and in fact...
It will actually leave the body, and it needs to be got rid of before the...
I love this. I love this so much.
They breed they're big breeders.
I need this now.
They like dirty places.
Wow.
So you've got to keep your hospital clean and well maintained.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're going to breed, and you'll have a trouble.
I want to ask about sort of how the game evolves over time, because Theme Hospital was very mission-based. How does the experience of running a hospital change as the game goes on?
Yeah, so once you've started your first hospital, it's a pretty simple affair, and then you move on through 2 Point County. There's different regions. There's a cold region. There's warm regions with.
And I can buy it when?
Contagious diseases, and there's
poor regions, there's rich regions.
Yeah. So we've got.
This is like Garfield, like the John edition of Garfield, like the old cartoon, and then the Garfield like 3D, like more. Done out, more updated graphic Garfield. That's kind of what this feels like right now. It is literally Theme Hospital. I want it.
Well, we're coming up to fall, and you can check us out by going onto our Steam page and hopefully wish listing. And
in the fall. That's so far away. It's like 3 months from now.
Well, I'm personally, again, really looking forward to it coming out. Thanks so much for joining me, Doctor and Doctor.
Thank you. Thank you.
So far, game of the show. Game of the show. Also, their site in 3, 2...
takes a fantasy RPG-esque bent, and you may have even seen it getting streamed on Twitch in the previous week. Let's take a look at Hi-Rez's Realm Royale.
Oh, here we go. Paladins Battlegrounds Realm Royale. I like the people who work at Hi-Rez. I do have to say that. Some of you guys are my friends, but Just not my thing. Just need to not get all of these battle royale games because
Executive producer at High
Snow.
Res Studios, it's Rory Newbro, aka Dry Bear, Mr. Dry Bear. What separates Realm Royale from other types of battle royale games in the genre?
It's a good question. So before you go up into the air to determine where you land on the map, you'll actually choose from a list of fantasy classes like mage or hunter or assassin and specify a unique play style before you land.
How do these different classes work?
So the engineer will be more about bunkering down, putting up shields, putting down turrets. The assassin will get behind the lines using stealth, use a sniper rifle to take out targets, and the warrior will just jump in there.
Superhero landing. He's gonna do the superhero landing.
That I've watched, it also seemed like there were
Yay, superhero landing.
loot and find stuff. Can you talk to me about how the ability mechanics work?
Once you choose a class, it'll come with a set of abilities, and you'll actually be upgrading these during the match, but it specifies your play style. And so as you're looting, abilities as well as armor and weapons will come out of the chest.
Okay.
You'll start equipping that and determining the play style you want, and so you can just really specify.
And you know, you mentioned this a little bit. I've seen it on stream. Talk to me about crafting in the game. I mean, how does crafting work in a game where there's a constantly shrinking play circle?
We're really excited about this. So strewn across the map, there are places called forges. And so once you go to the forge, you'll as you're going about. And you'll use these shards to start crafting legendary gear.
Can I take a power nap? Like right here. Will you guys wake me if there's something
Everyone comes over to
Like a
fight.
mini objective even.
Big team fight.
So I know that Realm Royale is currently available for free on Steam, but I hear that you have some goodies people can check out that are E3 exclusive.
That's right. So free on Steam. We're actually out for less than a week now, and we were already number 4 on Steam charts. And this week at E3, through Mixer, if you stream
Mixer, that's a thing?
Stop trying to make Mixer happen. It's never gonna happen.
You'll have a chance to win the Jailbird chicken skin, which is our first piece of cosmetic. It's a little chicken with like a little jailbird, like prisoner outfit, and just box around. It's hilarious.
Yeah, and if you don't know the
Aww.
chicken, seriously, please look it up
That's
right
cute.
now. Rory, thanks so much for joining me on stage to talk about Realm Royale. Once
Thanks, sir.
again, it's for free on Steam right now. Our
Chicken
next
skin, guys.
that was shown at last year's PC gaming
That's
show.
what you came for. Chicken skin.
Yes, John, as you may remember, our next game is made by a core team of just 2 people. It's called Ooblets, and it's a farming and creature collecting indie inspired by Pokemon, Harvest Moon, and Animal Crossing. This fresh trailer features...
But I like all 3 of those things.
...along with plenty of cute Ooblets and environments. Let's take a gander.
Aww. Look how cute. Ah! Ah! No, my husband would feel very uncomfortable with this. It's just too happy. And sparkly. And it's from Double Fine. Is this a nightmare simulator? Is that what's happening here? Like all your cake nightmares? And then your nightmares come together and they have a dance where, hey, there's a top hat in there. Oh no. But I do like all 3 of the things that she said were in the game. So I kind of want to play this, but I'm scared too. I'm scared of the dance parties.
Now, it wouldn't be a PC gaming show without a dash of strategy, which is why I'm delighted that we get the chance to share with you the next in the Anno games. Let's take a look at Anno 1880.
Really? Really? So mentioned this before the Ubisoft conference, and you didn't talk about it at the Ubisoft conference.
Joining me on the stage to talk about it is the executive producer, Burkhard Rathheiser, and community developer, Bastian Thun. Gentlemen, welcome to the stage. I want to begin right away by asking, for people who haven't seen or experienced the Anno series, what are these types of games like?
Yeah, well,
do you like building?
Only real-time strategy game, and it's kind of mixing city building together with economic simulation and naval warfare. And it's
yeah, something Day 9 who played StarCraft would know nothing about. So don't try to explain it to him. It's dangerous, guys.
Explore the world and build huge cities.
We can't have all this genre mixing. It's not healthy. You can't just shove all these genres together like that and have them make a baby.
Such an interesting and rich era. There was so much happening in this era. Yeah. So we had two industrial revolutions. We had major scientific inventions and also big social changes, and also the creation of the big imperial empires. So it's a really rich era.
And what are some
Anno 1980 would have been so much cooler.
So it's kind of, for the player, it's, well, basically you start with the first kind of medieval settlements, and then it's a kind of a journey through the 19th century. So it's a kind of, you explore everything that kind of happened in this rich era.
And I understand that you have a very unique take on how to work with the community, how to gather feedback. I was wondering if you could talk to me about what is Anno Union.
So last year at Gamescom, when we actually revealed the game, we decided on, it's pre-alpha, we revealed the game. We invited the community to basically become a member of our development team. So we launched our Anno Union platform. It's a place where we give constant weekly updates on the current development and invite players to give feedback and basically help us developing the game.
Can you give me like an example of exactly how some choices have been steered by the community?
So there's a lot
What, developers listening to the people who want to play the game? Nah.
Focus playtests were invited players. We got so much great feedback, which had to completely rebalance the mid and late game of the game. Also, we heavily expanded on core features of the game based on feedback. We said like, okay, that really seems to work. Players like that, so okay, let's do it, like improve the quality a little bit even more.
Yeah.
But they can also vote on actual game content. So we had a big vote for an AI opponent in the game, for a community creation contest.
So instead of like, I don't know, then giving more time to like the guys at Raw Fury to like come up and explain what the F that game is that we saw earlier, we're giving all of our time to Anno, which we could have heard all about in a previous conference, but they saved it for this.
And that's only the first stage.
Ha.
Because in the second stage, we will allow you to design your own ship variant. So the winner of that first vote, then you can hand in your own design nodes, drawings, 3D models, whatever you like, and the winner of that contest will actually make it into the game.
Now, where is the website that people can go to again to get the most information right now?
Yeah, just check out anno-union.com. That's basically our big community platform, and we want to
in before it crashes, calling it. Also, I'd really like to see, before they wrap up this conference, some Cyberpunk 2077 with some CD Projekt Red, but I actually don't see them on the lineup list of devs out to talk. But I still hope they get them anyway. I'm hoping it's like a last-minute surprise.
Is known for discovering distinctive indie developments.
Tiny Build. Are we doing the Hunting Grounds, our third-person shooter?
And Hello Neighbor among their catalogue of hits. And now I'm delighted to be able to bring you the world-exclusive reveal of a game developed by Galvanic Games in cooperation with Explosion.
Oh, so you just talked about it and that was it?
Rapture Rejects' Battle Royale as you've never seen one before, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not. Top down, isometric, cartoony, and basically bonkers. Let's take a look at what happens when the man upstairs makes an epic fail and only beams up the bad people. Introducing Rapture Rejects.
Dear God, every day
Aww.
closer to your light. I pray that when Judgment Day, that most holiest of days, comes upon us, when you bring all the good people to heaven, that I may live in eternal glory by your side. Amen.
All the cyanide and happiness you could possibly endure. And we're all getting abducted!
It's like Left Behind, video game.
Little help. Thanks, brah.
Can all of those people please represent like all of the Battle Royale games, and they're all getting sucked up and abducted, you know, into space, and yeah. This is kind of cute.
Harold! Get down here this instant! You didn't break the leaves! Smell you later, you old...
I want to see more of the gameplay. Like, this is cute. That is cute. I kind of want that, but I just wanted to see, like, we had like 2 seconds of gameplay. I just wanted to see more of that to see where they were going with it, but yeah, at least it was a funny presentation.
Perhaps the most famous stealth action franchise in gaming, the Hitman series. Let's take a look at a brand new trailer.
Oh, here we go.
Welcome to Miami, 47. The innovation race is on its last day, and it is down
Welcome to Miami.
The Providence defectors are Robert and Sierra Knox. A day of high-octane thrills and 2 very public targets.
So now that it's like a Warner Brothers and IO Interactive thing, where are we going? I mean, IO totally still keeping it IO because they bought their independence, but how is it going to be different? Tell me. And we'll tell you nothing! Haha! Gotcha! Aside from fish slapping, actually killing people.
Jacob Mickelson, join me up here, Jacob. Come on out, we gotta talk. Assassination.
Assassination on your pocketbook with the standard silver, gold, and collector's edition.
Tell me, what is Agent 47 doing in Miami?
Well, he's there to pay a visit to Sharon Robert Knox, who are part of the Kronstadt Empire. And yeah, we all know how that ends, right?
We know that it ends episodically, multi-seasonally, and supposedly evolving game.
The environment was so critical, trying to study and trying to understand it. What are some of the elements in Miami that will show up in Hitman 2?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Miami is, I think it's one of the biggest events we've ever created in the game. And in Miami, we have, of course, the race as the centerpiece.
Yeah.
But being this super high detailed sandbox, We also go to great lengths to actually create all the surrounding bits and pieces. Like
No, I wonder if he shaved his head just so that he'd look more like a Hitman. I just wondering about that.
In order for you to kind of make your own way through the mission and take advantage of the locations and all the different disguises and items you stumble upon as you move in closer to your targets.
And in terms of the mechanics, I know that there's going to be a lot of the familiar feels, but what are some of the brand new mechanics?
I guess with the additions that they're talking about coming out, like with the standard and silver and gold editions and everything, they couldn't really make it episodic at that point. So it's got to be like a whole thing, right? Please tell us.
Where you can dip into the crowd if you get in trouble. So as long as they are not fleeing or running away, then they're there for you to hide in. So in case you get chased by guards. Another new thing is the picture-in-picture mechanic, where you get information about what's going on other places in the level. So if you're setting up traps and stuff like that, you can kind of keep track of where the important characters are. And last but not least, we have the fan favorite, which is the sniper briefcase is back. But this time it's not only for sniper rifles, it's also for all the other things you want to carry around kind of without causing too much attention to yourself.
And I want to ask about some of the weapons and the disguises that have been showing up throughout these trailers.
Yeah, we go to great lengths. I think the theme of this showing is going to be the fish. It's really it's a studio favorite.
Yay, the fish!
A lot of laughs that, right? And then, of course, you just saw it in the kitchen as a frying pan, so we all know.
I mean, there have been more interesting weapons in video games. I'm thinking of a certain bat in a certain game that you may or may not have played from a certain franchise.
Absolutely. So there's still going to be escalations for you to kind of challenge the game in many different ways. There's going to be challenge packs, again, new challenge for you. And then, of course, the elusive targets that pop up for a short period of time only. And you have one shot at this or, go bust.
As my final question, the expected question, when does Hitman 2 come out?
Hitman 2 comes out November 13, and if you pre-order right now, you also get access to a new game mode called Sniper Assassin, where you get to play as Agent 47, and also, for the first time in the franchise, you can play along with a friend in the co-op mode.
Well, Jacob, thank you so much for coming out. I'm super looking forward to Hitman 2.
Well, I mean, a fish isn't exactly what I get out of Saints Row 3, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll take the fish. I want to know things.
Vaguely nearby me, it's the co-host Frankie. Come here, Frankie.
No, go away, Frankie. No, I want to make sure that it's not episodic in any way, shape, or form, that it's not going to be this season pass business, no multi-season la 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 that we were given last year. Just tell me where to put my money and that you aren't going to be taking any more of it. Just want to pay one price.
I know that everything you said was appropriate and intelligently thought out. And of course, this year,
man,
even more great PC games from the Facebook booth in E3 South Hall.
This is bleak.
And of course, not least, a huge thank you to all our wonderful sponsors who let the PC Gaming Show come back for a 4th straight year. They are Hi-Res Studios, Digital Extremes, Archangel Hellfire, Team 7.
We paid to be here.
Predator, Improbable, Oculus Rift, Drake's Cakes, Tripwire, Frontier Developments, and Square Enix. We hope you have a wonderful E3 and go play some damn video games. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, at least we had some PC games, guys, right? That was a thing. We had some games. Some games. All right, let me get rid of all of this going on over here. Nope, wrong button. Because I can do things. Okay, let's talk. Shall we chat? Shall we have a nice friendly chat about everything we just saw? So I made some notes. I mean, we saw a lot of things, but my notes are very brief. So far, I have The Sinking City because why not? Sherlock Holmes, Lovecraft, LA Noire, why not? I think that sounds like a pretty decent combination. It is the same studio that did kind of screw us over with The Devil's Daughter, though, so I'm not sure how forgiving some people are going to be on that game. I kind of want it, though. Actually, I really want it. Kind of want it now. Maneater, yeah, I want to play that game. I'm not I'm not entirely convinced how long I'll play that game, but I kind of want to play that game. Obviously, the new theme hospital, that was already a given. Like, as soon as I heard spiritual successor to Theme Hospital, 2 Point Hospital, yeah, that thing is mine, and it cannot come soon enough. 2-3 months from now, I'll be able to have it, and I don't know, maybe I'll stream it for you so you can see how I play really dumb games and manage things. And I mean, you guys remember the Sims stream that once upon a time my husband and I did. You know, I'm a bit anally retentive when it comes to building things and placing things. So things like that, or like the new Anno, that could be a thing. We could do that together. I don't know if I should subject you to that kind of horrific stuff, but yeah, that's kind of almost all I have written down here that I kind of wanted to play. Sable, though, Sable looks kind of cool. It's a different art style. I mean, the terrain is sand, so I'm not sure, how far we're gonna get into that world, but it did look different. I like things that look different, and also that Terraria wannabe voxel pixel game, that thing. I want to play that too. That looked good. Yeah. Maybe I'll go back to like playing Warframe to try it out, but I feel like I saw so many things here. That's what I like about the PC gaming show, is that you do actually find some games, whether they're really small indies, you get like just a little bite-sized taste of something and you're like, oh, I want to play that, I want to try that. And then you do have the people who actually paid to be there and got the bigger spots and got to shill their game, because they paid cash money to do so. So far, I guess PC Gaming Show is the conference winner of E3 so far, with the cringy co-host. I'm so sorry. Like, I bet if I met you in person, girl, I bet you and me would be like BFFs and stuff, and we could talk about your wardrobe some more, and some choices that could have been made. But yeah, there were elements that made this very cringy for me. And oh yeah. By the way, Jurassic World Evolution, that comes out tomorrow, guys. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing instead of covering the Nintendo conference. It depends. I might show up and do it, but I can't commit to it. Not when I know, like, Jeff Goldblum is waiting for me and that, life is going to find a way. Hopefully life will find a way to allow me to cover the Sony conference, which is coming up in, an hour? Please let it at least be an hour. Yeah, about an hour from now. So I'll be back in about 45 minutes to continue the E3 Snarkathon #chained-to-my-desk edition of this year's show. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll be back later.